Hello and welcome back to Trots TV. This is On Trial. I go through the trials each and every week from around New South Wales and highlight three that I think are important going forward. And last week I showed a 2-year-old trial, and after the performance of Better Match recently in Victoria, a horse trained at Leeton in New South Wales, I thought we'll continue on with that theme and look at another very strong 2-year-old performance at the trials. Now, I actually mentioned this trial on Trial last week, didn't show it, but mentioned it, so I thought I'd show it today. It's actually, the horse's name is Salty Robin, trained by Shane Tritton. I'll try and pick out a 2-year-old trial going forward over the next couple of weeks with the 2-year-old races just around the corner. Now, this one, Salty Robin, a 2-year-old by Artificial, out of a live or die mare called Holly Robin, in the familiar red hood for the Tritton team. Salty Robin worked forward, but then was crossed out of the gate, then came straight off the inside and went around to the lead. Now, Lauren Pinella drove the horse, doesn't get too serious in the straight with Salty Robin, but he hits the line really, really well. The times, 2 minutes for the mile. It's unbelievable to think 2-year-olds. We saw 1:55.2 at Maryborough for Better Match, Cole Thomas's horse, but 2-year-olds going 2 minutes at the trials at this stage of the season. It's amazing where horses have gone in the last decade. Last 800, 58.7. And home in 28.2. 28.2 his last 400 metres. Watch for this horse, Salty Robin, when he does step out on a racetrack.
Fantastic. They straighten up for the run in, and it's all Salty Robin out with a lead of 12 metres. Shadow Runners trying hard. They're well clear of Bontastic. But too good was Salty Robin, and Salty Robin wins pretty well on the line. Probably the best part of 12 metres from Shadow Runner, home in 28.2. And third was Bontastic. He was a fair way back. They've run a mile rate for the babies, 2 minutes.
So that was Salty Robin winning at Newcastle. That was trial 3 on Wednesday, the 26th of November. So that's going back a little way. Now let's come to Bathurst. Now, this was on December 1, so it was only on Monday. Now, this was trial number 8, a horse by the name of Saloon Passage. Very talented pacer, has won 11 of his 19 starts. He competed in the Breeders' Crown Final at Melton back in August. He won 3 races in a row at Menangle before he ventured south. No secret that he's a bit of a handful, but when horses can run like this, you can understand why Nathan Hurst is so excited about him. In the trial, he was competing against horses like Marquez and He's a Thrill. I actually showed He's a Thrill winning a trial on trial last week and thought it was a really good run. He'll go around in the Trur on Saturday night, He's a Thrill. But overall, for the 1,730 metres on Monday, Saloon Passage went 2:3.9. Now, that equates to a mile rate of 1:55.2. Last half 55.8 and up the straight in 27.8. He's a really smart horse, this horse, Saloon Passage. He's going to be a player in some of the better 4-year-old races this season. Let's have a look at Saloon Passage winning trial 8 at
Still
Bathurst.
Hasn't let him go. He's a Thrill starting to move away now on the outside, kicking back a little bit, Platinum Roulette, but He's a Thrill under a stranglehold will go down and score. He's a Thrill wins. Second on the inside there was Platinum.
So that is Saloon Passage winning a trial on Monday. And we'll turn our attention to a trial at Fairfield. Now, this was on Wednesday, December 3. This was trial number 1, a horse by the name of I'm a Toastmaster. Saw this unraced filly going around at the trials. I thought she did a really good job. Glenn McElhenney was in the sulky. She's by Sports Rider. She's out of a mare called Miss Adriana. Now, Miss Adriana's only had one other horse get to the races. I'm a Toastmaster, showed really good speed from the mobile, was able to go straight to the front, was never really pressured in the lead, and actually slipped away mid-trial and set up a quite a big break. She holds her rivals pretty comfortably in the straight. Glenn McElhenney isn't asking her to get too serious in the latter stages, so I like that. Times, well, the mile rate was 2:3.7, so nothing exceptional, but you know, she's an unraced type. She's over the short. It was only over the short trip. They covered the last half in 61 seconds at Fairfield. They got home in 30.7, but she did that under her own steam. Watch for her when she does step out at the races. A horse by the name of I'm a Toastmaster.
At the Cold Camp on the lead. Are they quick enough? Their best work comes up in this quarter. On the inside, Mr. Tom Dooley. On the outside, It's Inevitable. It's Inevitable puts the nose in front of Mr. Tom Dooley, and It's Inevitable wins it ahead. Second home was Mr. Tom Dooley, hard held. Third home, next of all, came Little Miss Zigzag. About 10 lengths.
So the 3 horses that are going on trial this week. Salty Robin, a 2-year-old from the Shane Tritton camp, is already going 2 minutes at this stage of the season. But as we've already seen during the week, may have to go a little bit faster. Saloon Passage winning a trial at Bathurst on Monday night. That was very, very good. He'll be winning races when he does step back out onto the track for Nathan Hurst. Does a very good job with his team. And I'm a Toastmaster winning a trial at Fairfield on Wednesday. They are the 3 horses going on trial this week. Join me again next week when I'll go through the trials from around New South Wales and try and find a winner or two.
This program was brought to you by Harness Racing New South Wales and the New South Wales Harness Racing Club. This has been a Harbour Television production.